thank you so much, man. You are my first Thursday night guest on this particular show. Um, I usually do this show on Saturdays, but I've been through some changes, and it's now on Thursdays and Saturdays. So this is my first show on the Thursday night, and I'm happy to have you on. Shout out to Trevor for making this interview possible, and I appreciate you, man. So, how are you, man? How's everything going with you? How's your week? How's everything going with you, man?
Yeah, so everything's going really good, man. We've been really busy. We've been traveling a lot, playing shows. It's good to get back on the road and start gigging. I just found out that we're gonna be playing some festivals this summer, which I'm super excited about. And we just released some new music a couple months ago, which thankfully now we're gonna be able to release a single off that album again. So yeah, things have been going really good this week.
That is very, very encouraging to hear. Before we get into your new music and your upcoming shows, I wanna go back for a minute. Um, how did you get started into music? How did it all start off for you?
Well, I started playing piano when I was about 5 years old. Um, and, from there on out, I played piano from 5 to 10, and then I picked up the drums. And then about 13, I started playing guitar. But it's kind of always been a constant in my life. I grew up listening to a ton of music since I was a baby. A lot of, I play a ton of singer-songwriter stuff, and so growing up, I listened to a lot of Bobby Bear, the Eagles, Jim Croce, Hank Williams, Merle Haggard, a lot of the Outlaw guys, and it's just been, among other things, one of the only constants in my life, man. I've been doing it forever.
So, as far as music, who was some of the artists on the mainstream, at least, that inspired you into doing music? Who were some of the artists that got you into the type of music that you're doing?
Well, when I was younger, especially, Eric Church was a huge influence for me as far as more of the mainstream guys that are in that country scene. And then later on, I found like Sturgill Simpson and Tyler Childers, Colter Wall. Um, those guys gave me my space. I feel like once I heard them, because I always thought I could do it, and I knew I was a songwriter, but I just didn't think there was a space for something like what I was doing, more of a traditional kind of thing. And once I found those or that kind of sound, once I found there is this like traditional stuff that's still out there and it's more of in the Americana space. But um, once I saw what they were doing, I hopped in as fast as I could, released my first album, and that was about 18 months ago. So
Mm. So you definitely have been making a name for yourself, making good strides, even with this pandemic that's been happening for over a year now, obviously. And so you talked about you released some music recently. You released an album a while back, and it's entitled "If I Were the Devil." Um, Talk
correct.
a little bit about working on this album and what made you named it "If I Were the Devil."
Well, to talk about this album, we got to kind of go back to our first album. So when we released our first album, Life of a Rolling Stone, um, at first we just released the album so that we could have a product to tour on. And we released the album. It was doing really good. We had one full tour planned. We were actually going to do a whole other tour 6 months after that one that we were already planning. Then COVID happened and shut everything down. And so we had to kind of go back. And I sat down and spent that amount of time in between, when we got shut down, all the way up until when we recorded our second album. I spent that time writing "If I Were the Devil," um, and you know, the second album is so much more mature than our first album, just because of all the crazy things that we had to go through, just to even get that second album out. And so I think for me, especially as an artist, I matured a ton, and we saw a ton of growth in the team. We doubled down, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that album.
So I got a chance to listen to some of the album before I got on the air here. I played the title track before you called in, and given that I got word from Trevor that I was going to interview you, and I was like, I gotta listen to Colby here to see,
Yeah.
get a little feel for him, and what he's all about, as an artist. And this is such an incredible record that you put out, man. It's a lot of
Thank you.
you definitely a lot of emotion was on this album. A lot of passion on this album, and and that must be the beauty of being an artist, is that you just obviously you go through real life stuff, and you put it out there, man. You put your heart and soul into this, and and when COVID hit, it pretty much put us all in a standstill as far as music and audiences, not being able to see each other face to face for a while. And
Right.
so you use that time obviously you know to put this music out. We're writing songs, and it all came together, man. Seeing this come out, and not only that it's out, but you actually get to go out and perform these songs in person, man. So you definitely got some shows in since things started to reopen. How does it feel, man, as an artist, just getting back on stage, performing in front of the audience, man? How's that been for you so far?
Oh, dude, it has been unbelievable. We have had so much support, and I cannot thank everyone out there enough who's listening to the songs, showing up to the shows. Just overall, it's really put us in. I mean, in 90 days, just the last 90 days in general has changed my life, and our shows right now, like, I don't know, it's just like how I imagined it would be. Kind of the dream has begun, and we're living on it, and it's so much fun, man. The shows are, yeah, they're a hoot and a half. I don't know much more to say than that.
You know, obviously, there's a lot of work goes into being a musician. Like recording these songs, writing the songs, recording the songs, studio time, rehearsing. But when you get on that stage and perform in front of people and see their reaction, just singing along, that has to be the greatest feeling that a music artist can ever have. Even bigger than awards and accolades and such. That has to be the biggest feeling. Just
Oh,
just getting on that
yeah, I don't
stage.
care. I don't care for awards or anything like that, but I do care about fans, and everything that we do is to either gain fans or we do stuff for our own fans. I want to make sure that anyone that follows us is happy with the product that we've been putting out forever, and it'll always be authentic, honest, real. That's kind of what we're shooting for. I just want to make sure that, I relate to my fans as much as possible. And so, yeah, I mean, as far as going on stage, man, you like whatever I charge for shows, whatever that is, like I would go on stage and play for free. It's everything else, It's the travel and whatnot that we collect the fee for. So, you know, that's that says a lot about that, I guess. I mean, live music is why I'm totally addicted to this to music. I just love the energy that the crowd gives, so I can give it right back to them. It's totally priceless.
Absolutely, man. So I see that you got some more shows on the way. Not just shows, but festivals, concerts, all types of events where things continue to reopen, more restrictions getting loosened up a bit. So go ahead and promote the shows that you have coming up in the in the following weeks and months, man? Where can people catch you on the road?
So as of right now, I'll be in Idaho uh, for the next few weeks. So I play next weekend. I will be in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, on the 15th, and I believe on the 14th, we're in Lewiston, Idaho. Um, and then we're going to be traveling kind of in the middle of Idaho for a while there. I think we'll go to Elk River. We'll be in Moscow. And then we leave for Texas, and I'll be playing in Fort Worth at the Post on June 11th. And June 12th, I'll be playing at Magnolia Motor Lounge, opening for States Review. Um, and then we come back, we play through Idaho for a while, and then on July 30th, we'll be opening for Jake Owen at the festival at Sandpoint.
Mm, I'm definitely familiar with Jake Owen. He's a very talented artist. He's anytime when you get that call like, hey, you're gonna be one of the opening acts for this artist. Like say no more. Give me the day and time.
Yeah.
I'm there. No
Yeah.
hesitation whatsoever.
Yep,
So
that's exactly how that went.
so like, man, just say no more, man. Just give me the daytime. I'll sort everything out. I'll tell my boys. I'll tell the band. I'll tell my family. Like, yo, I'm about to open for Jake Owen, y'all. Like, yeah, gotta be there. Like, you gotta wear the mask and all that. I get all that. But this is a big deal. You have to come through. Festival at
Oh
the
yeah.
Standpoint, July 30th. Colby gonna be there. Jake Owen gonna be there. So many talented artists are gonna be there. So go check that out, man. And show your support, man. Like all the energy that you've been waiting to show these last year or so, you got a chance to bring that energy, man. Like I know you'll be waiting patiently, but this is it, man. Kobe, he's out there, man. So please show your support to these artists, and if you can, man, definitely do that for sure. Uh, so I see that you are a part of Perkins Publicity. Shout
Correct.
out to
Yeah.
Trevor. Very good dude, very talented, well respected guy. I got profound respect for him. So obviously, it's very important to have that strong support system, to support people that really gonna push your music out there. And Trevor, he's very good at doing that with the magazine offers, with the interview offers. What's it like to have a guy like Trevor that just want to be a helping hand in your career as far as getting your music out there?
Well, I mean, it's totally life changing for me. Like before, got to do everything by myself, and to have someone like Trevor, especially like when we're building a team, we just want people that we can fully trust and like have a good relationship with. And Trevor fit, he checked all the boxes for me. And as soon as we got in with him, just it's so nice to have him. It's so nice to join the team. It's so nice to be a part of this thing. And also I'm very happy to call him my friend. That's a whole nother thing. We try to everything. If you want to be a part of the team and whatnot, you got to have a good attitude. Egos aside, and make sure everything goes smoothly. We want to have a good relationship with everything that we do.
Well said, man. Go check out Kobe's latest album, If I Were the Devil. It is available on all digital music platforms. And knowing that he's been back doing shows for quite some time. And with the shows, he's already mentioned that he's going to be out there, and he's got more shows that's hasn't even been confirmed yet. Gives you some time. Like you'll be at home, go listen to the album, listen to the whole album, start to finish, okay, and get a feel for these songs. Because when he goes out there and he hits that stage, he gonna perform these songs. And when he perform these songs, you gonna like what you hear. Like nothing, live music is it's just something about live music. Just seeing, it's one thing to hear through your platforms, and we're living in these streaming era times. We get it, but to hear it from that person, that album cover that you see from that guy, you hear that music, man, from that person. Like, yeah, that's great. So go listen to this album, and when he comes to a city near you and you hear these songs, he gonna give you a lot of energy. Give it right back to him. He'll be okay. He'll be all right. He'll be cool. Like that's what he wants. That's what these artists want. Like that energy. To just sing your heart out.
I could not agree more. I could not agree more with that statement, man. I think music is supposed to be heard live.
Yeah.
We record these albums and put them out there, and that's the demo track. And if you really want to hear what it's like and you want to feel a song, come out to a show, come see some live music. It's going to be one hell of a time.
Yes, sir. And go check out his website, www.colbyacuff.com. That's ACUFF.com. COLBYACUFF.com. Go, and it's got all the music, he's got everything. The videos, the photos, the bio, press kit, all that. So get a little familiar with Colby and what he's all about. It was great to have you on the show, man, on such notice. Again, thanks to Trevor for making this interview happen. And thank you, man, for calling in.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. You enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend too, man.
You as well. Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye.